Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Jaya. I'm here in Canada. I've immigrated as a student here in Canada. After coming to Canada, I've been making many lifestyle vlogs on how student culture and work culture is working here. So today our video is going to be for the students who are already here in Canada and are looking forward to apply for their study permit extension. I would like to streamline this video in English because I want this video to reach a wider audience for students who are already here in Canada and those who are trying to extend their study permit already. So in this video, we're going to see about the process of extension of the study permit, how long it took me to get the study permit on hand and how much it costed for me to apply for this study permit and what are the documents that are required to apply for this study permit. So let's not get it delayed and get into the video. So as I've already told you, this video is going to be for the students who are already here in Canada and are trying to extend their study permit. So those students who have come with a 1-year PGDM course, in order to do their second course, they need to extend their study permit to stay here. So in real-time situation, you can take my scenario. I've done my 1 year of project management PGDM course here in Canada. And when I plan to do my second year course in Canada, I have to extend my study permit because in my first course, since it's a 1-year course, I just get 1 year of study permit over here. But that is not enough to do my second year course here. So in order to stay here in Canada, I need to extend my study permit for my second course. So let me take you all through my real-time situation. So my course ended around May 2023 of this year and my study permit for my first course gets to end on this September 2023. So in order to extend my study permit, I need to extend my study permit 1 month prior to my actual study permit extension. Like for example, my study permit ends here around 30th of September 2023. So I need to extend for a study permit extension at least 1 month before. Like I applied for my study permit extension, like in the neck of the moment you can say, like I applied on August 31st of 2023 because in the meantime between May to August I've been hunting for a full-time job. So I've been applying and I got many interviews, but that didn't unfortunately click to a final decision. So I had to do my second course. I took this May to August as a buffer period to find a job. Suppose if I had found a job, then I would have applied for a work permit. But since I didn't find a job and I was in a critical situation where I had to extend my study permit on that particular day. So I applied the study permit exactly 1 month prior to my old permit extension. My old permit extends around September 30, 2023. But I applied for the study permit extension only around August 31st of 2023, exactly 1 month prior. Suppose if I had delayed by 1 or 2 days, then I wouldn't know what my situation is. So it is really very important to extend your study permit before 1 month of your actual study permit deadline. So just keep it in mind that you won't take so much risk in applying your study permit extension. More than anything else, since I had an offer letter on hand, it was easy for me to apply for this study permit extension. So in this entire process, it took me a span of 11 to 12 days. So I applied on a last day, which is August 31st of 2023, but I got my study permit approved on September 12th of 2023. Yes, you heard me right. So I got it extended within a span of 15 days. So if you're a student here in Canada, I think the process would be even more faster and they try to extend your study permit as soon as possible. So there won't be any delays. When I applied for my first year visa, for my first year study permit to come to Canada, it took almost 3 to 4 months for me to get my study permit. And the very first time I got a rejection in my study permit. Then I reapplied and then got my study permit accepted. So that's the situation when you are there in your home country and when you're here in Canada. So the process will be faster if you are physically present here in Canada and if you have already done your course, 1 year course here in Canada. I did this study permit extension through the IRCC portal, the portal in which we applied for our study visa initially. So it's going to be the same portal for the extension of the study permit as well. So for the extension of study permit, you need to first sign in your IRCC portal. So I'm going to grab my laptop and do it simultaneously for you guys, so that I'll share a clip in for you and you understand this scenario well.
2,000 years.
So now that I've logged into my system, I'm going to concentrate on my system and I'm going to screen record and upload it for you guys, so that it will be easy for you to get into the IRCC portal for applying your study permit extension. So now I'm getting into this IRCC login portal. So after you get into this portal, it will ask you to sign in with your GC key that you already have. So the GC key is the username and the password that you already created for your study permit application that you did earlier. So if you had forgotten your password, I think there is a forgot username and forgot password option there in the IRCC portal, with which you can just forget, and it's a normal process that we do when you forget your Google password. So now I'm getting into my portal, and now there's a recent update here in the IRCC portal on a secondary confirmation. So it's asking for the security question. It will ask you when you log in, and here is a recent update from IRCC where you have a two-way authentic verificator, I think. So that's what they call it, right? So a two-way verification is there. So in order to make the process very secure and safely, they are trying to send you a password to a email, and with that password you can log in and you can enter in normally. So yeah, after I enter into my portal, I want to just show you the date I submitted for my study permit. So this is the date I submitted. So it says it's August 31st of 2023. So as I mentioned you in the video, that was literally my very last day that I had to apply for my study permit on that day, or else I would have been dead. So yeah, as you all see here, you can see my entire study permit visa approval. This is my entire screen. So let's just focus on the latest submitted document, so which is on August 31st. I'm going to show you the full application status. So this is my application, and if you see here, my study permit got extended on September 2023 12th. So it's literally between a 15-day span I got my study permit extended, and this is how I applied for my study permit. So just enter into the portal, and if you see here, it will show you a brief information about when I applied and on what date I got my correspondence letter and on what date I got my Canada approval letter. So this is basically what I wanted to show you guys. There is this home section wherein you have to sign in again to your GCK portal to extend your study permit. So you have to scroll a little bit below where it says study. So you need to choose this option to apply to extend your study permit. So I'm selecting study, and then scroll a little bit low. There is an option that says extend your study permit to restore your status. So this is what I need. So I'm extending my study permit to restoring my status. So click that option and then scroll a little below. Here it says your actual fees, which is around $150 to extend your study permit. Even though you're already here in Canada and you've already applied for a study permit here in Canada, this is a process of extending your study permit. So you're again going to pay the same fees. So it's going to be the same way that you did earlier. It's going to be the same amount as well. So it's $150 for your study permit extension as well. And here it says the processing time is 87 days, but I received in a span of 15 days. But that might be my luck, or might be my course starts immediately, so that's why they processed it immediately. I'm not sure about that, but the process here says it's 87 days. So just keep it in mind. It can be anywhere between 10 to 15 days to a 3 month as well. So just be prepared for both the situations. Now let's get into applying your study permit extension. Now I'm taking you to how to apply for a study permit extension. And before that, I just wanted to convey this information to you. So as I've already told you, you need to extend your study permit at least 30 days before your previous study permit expiry date. Yeah. So before your previous study permit expires, before 30 days of that, at least 30 days before that, you need to extend your study permit. So this is one important thing that you have to keep it in your mind. So you are going to click this how to apply option and then scroll a little bit below, and then you have to just again sign in. You need to sign in with your normal GCQ portal. It again asks for the terms and conditions. You just click continue and then give your security questions. Then I am going to show you, I'm going to continue this application to just elaborate on how this process is going to be. So I'm going to continue this application. So once you get into this study permit extension process, there will be a span of 10 to 15 questions that's given to you. So you need to answer it perfectly on what your real situation is. So if it's going to ask you on how do you like to stay here in Canada, how do you like to travel here in Canada, so in that case you have to, that's my very first question here. So in that case I am going to give study. Yes, so I'm going to extend my study permit. So I'm giving my first option study here, and how long you're planning to stay here in Canada. So temporarily more than 6 months. So you should not give permanently. So if you are giving permanently, they will definitely deny your application. So my course is within a span of 1 year. So I'm going to give temporarily more than 6 months. And then it's going to ask me about my country code that's there in my password. Since I'm from India, I'm going to give my Indian identity over here. So that's my passport code. And what is your current country that you reside in, or if you're already present here in Canada, you should select Canada. So I'm already here in Canada, so I'm going to select Canada over here. And do you have a family member who is a Canadian citizen? No, I don't have any of my family member here as a Canadian citizen. So I'm going to give no. Then I'm selecting my date of birth. So here. So I'm selecting my date of birth and then giving next. So after you complete this 10 questions, or literally it's going to be a 7 question thing. So after you complete this, you're going to give next option. So after you give your next option, it's going to ask you, are you a lawful permanent resident here in US or have a US citizenship? I don't have both, so I'm going to give no and then enter next. And then it's going to ask you about my current immigration status here in Canada, which is a student. So I'm going to give student and then next. And then it's going to ask me for my marital status. I'm not yet married, so I'm going to give a single. Yeah. What is your province or a territory of destination? So currently I'm here in Toronto, so I'm going to give Toronto, which is here in Ontario. So I'm going to give Ontario and then give next. So it's going to ask me if I am on a study permit and I wish to extend my study permit as a student. So I'm going to continue this process. I'm going to give continue, and it's going to tell me you're almost there, and I'm still clicking continue. Are you accompanying a family member who has a status here in Canada? No, I'm not accompanying any of my family members, so I'm just giving no to this and then giving next. And then if you want to apply for your study permit, no, not right now, so I'm not choosing any option. I'm just giving no and then next. When does your status in Canada expire? So my actual study permit expires on 20 September 2020. So here I'm going to give 2023 September of 30. Then I'm going to give next. So it's going to again show your status has expired within 90 days, and to restore your status you must pay $200. So in case you're applying beyond this limit, you need to pay $200, which I'm also knowing it only now because I've already extended it 1 month prior to my actual expiry date. So this is new to me, and you must pay a $200 fine, I think. So if you don't want to restore your status or not legally, okay. So do you want to apply to restore your status? I'm just giving yes and then continuing my application. It asks me that if I have performed my IRCC authorized panel physician doctor within the last 12 months, but I've already completed it around June of 2022, so which is more than 12 months. So I'm going to give no for this and then give next. So it asks me if I am fit into these categories. So I'm not into clinical or health science, so I'm not going to give anything. I'm just going to give no and then next. Do you want to submit your application for a family member? No, it's just for me. Are you giving someone else the access to your application? No, it's just going to be me. So then in past 10 years, have you had a fingerprint or a biometric? Yes. So I'm going to give yes and next. There are fees associated with this application. So will you be paying the fees for that? Yes. Next. Are you able to make a digital copy of your document with a scanner or a camera? Yes. Will you be paying your application fees online? Yes. So yeah, this will be like a 10 set of questions. So I just answered to all the immigration questions that was shoot up on me. So this is going to be the similar question that you guys will also be getting when you are applying. So after this questionnaire part, then now we are going to click continue. So it's going to show you step 1, step 2 and step 3. So it's going to just save your application. After you upload all your documents that are essential for this application, I would tell you about the documents that you have to upload in the last part of the video. So it's just showing you the steps option and then shows you the final fees that you have to pay. Just click continue on this and do a document check that is essential. So it is asking you to upload your letter of acceptance. So it shows you the supporting document already over here. So it shows that you need your letter of acceptance from your college. So you need to get a letter of acceptance from your college for your new course. So this is going to be for your second course. So there will be a new letter of acceptance that's given from your college end after you apply for your course. So that's going to be your first document. Then comes your passport. The passport is the document that you already have with you. So then comes the passport. The proof of means of financial support, which means you need to show a financial support over here to stay in Canada, because already we might have had our GIC deposit over here, but then that's just for this 1 year. So here you have to show your proof of financial support on how you're going to manage your financials while you're staying here in Canada. So for that proof, you need to submit 4 to 5 months of your bank statement, both check-in and savings account. So you need to submit those proof for this financial support documents. It was mentioned that within 60 days, we need to submit our financial statements, but I have submitted for a span of 6 months, so you can attach however you want it to be. So I have provided this financial support proof of means, which means your bank statement basically. Just include both check-in, savings, and I think I've also included my credit balance. So that is also essential. Here in Canada, your credit check is something that's very much important. So if you are already here for 1 year, you would have known how important it is to have your credit limits on point. So you need to just apply for your financial support. Either you can apply it to your bank, or you have your on handy version of your applications with which you can just download your financial support details. So it's just your bank statement. And then you need to upload your digital photocopy of yourself within 1 year span. Whatever photograph that you have taken as a passport photo, you can apply that photo. And then here's the next option. Suppose if you are applying outside Canada, so this option is for you, and this is not valid for those who are already here in Canada, so you can neglect this option. And then you have to give your client information over here. Client information is nothing but that you have already created a document for client information while you're applying for your initial study permit. So that's going to be the same application over here. So just include your client information details. So for further details, if you need the client information, you can click this questionnaire and check, or you can also refer your old study permit, whatever documents that you have applied for that, just go ahead with that. That's the client information data that you have to submit here. So after you submit all your documents, you have to just pay your fee. Suppose if you have extended the limit of this applying within 30-day period, then you have to pay a fine of $200 along with your $150 of your study permit extension. So it costs around $350 if you have missed the date. Like for example, if I have missed just one day, like if I have started my application in September 1 for my study permit extension, then I would have paid this fees. But since I have applied exactly before 30 days of my actual study permit expiry, I don't get that fine amount of $200. $200 is a huge amount, so don't try to just pay that and then do your study permit extension. It is not that worth to pay $200 just to extend your study permit. This $150 itself is more than enough. So you need to pay this fine fee if you are late, and this is your normal study permit. You have to this is your final step. So you have to just note down your fee payment, and then it will show you a payment option. Because I've not uploaded the documents over here, it did not show pay option over here in the bottom. So if I've applied if I've uploaded all my documents over here, then it would show a pay option for me, and then that's the final process of your application. So that's your entire application process for your study permit extension. If you have any doubts, please do give me in my comment section. I would try to answer every bit of your questions. I hope this video is too much informative today. If you find it to be very difficult, or if you find any questions that you don't understand, please leave it in the comment section. I hope this video is a good informative video for you guys. This is a new try for me, a full-length video in English. I hope I haven't messed up with my language. So if you have any other doubts, please do contact me in the comment section. I would be glad to answer all your queries. So yeah, that's it. I'm ending up my video for today. I hope you liked the video. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like my video. Do share the video with your friends who are trying to apply for their study permit and who are trying to extend their study permit as well. So it's going to be a similar type of video only. So you can share it for both the type of your friends who are looking forward to just apply for your study permit and an extension. Yeah, so that's all. Bye. Thank you. Take care. See you next video.